Hello, my dear young and energetic children. A pleasant morning, everybody. This is Venugopalachari, a teacher of English language in Dr. Besant School. And once again, wholeheartedly and warmly welcome every one of you for today's learning session. And today I am here to present you a wonderful topic and very interesting topic. And one of the most important pillars of parts of speech, that is a verb and the types of verbs. So dear children, previously we have discussed nouns, pronouns, adjectives, adverbs, and now we are going to see the verbs. Okay, so dear children, to understand very clearly and to have a complete idea about what a verb is, okay, let us see some examples. For example, the baby is crying. The baby is crying. The dog barks. The dog barks. My dad is a bank manager. Okay. My daughter has 2 gold coins. Okay. So dear children, let us study these examples and underline the verbs. The baby is crying. What the baby is doing? So what is the action done by the baby? What is the work done by the baby? So he is crying. So he is crying is what? Okay, it's a physical action. It's an action. It's a work done by the subject here. Likewise, the dog barks. What the dog is doing? Or what does the dog do? So it refers some action. What is that? It refers some action. It describes some work done by the subject, the agent, the person or a thing. Understand now? So this is what we call is a verb. Barks. Barked, barked. Cried. So these are the words that describe an action, that tells some action, some work done by the subject is called this word a verb. Likewise, my dad is a bank manager. In this sentence especially, it doesn't describe any action. It doesn't even tell any of a work done by the subject. Then what does it tell? It tells about the condition and the position of somebody or something. The girl is very beautiful. So in that sentence, there is no action. There is no work done by the girl. So in that sentence, that sentence tells the static condition, the physical appearance, and about the position of the girl. Likewise, what is he? He is a bank manager. So this sentence tells, this verb tells about the condition, the position, the static condition of static condition. Position of a person or a thing. And coming to the last sentence, my daughter has 2 coins. In this sentence, has is the verb. Then what does it tell? And this also doesn't tell or doesn't describe an action, a work, or even the static condition. And it tells about the possession. What is that? Possession. Possession or ownership. Ownership. Or something what you call is having. Having. So how many coins does she have? Having, ownership or possession. So this verb tells about possession. So this is the way a verb may refer, a verb may describe an action or a verb done by the subject and a static condition of as well as the possession or ownership or having. So now my dear children, let me define once more what is a verb. A verb is a word. A verb is a word that describes, that tells an action, a static condition, or a possession or ownership. Understand now? Right. Now we next go to our next move to discuss the types of verbs. The types of verbs. And before that, let me take a nice example to make you understand better what a verb is. My dear children, for example, teachers teach you all good lessons. This is very easy example. Now in this sentence we have teachers, one word, teach, one word, you, one word, all is one word, good, one word, lessons, one word. So it's a combination of many words, but it completes the whole thought. The thought is, very beautiful thought, and this expression conveys a beautiful thought, whole thought. This is what you call is a complete sentence, and it has subject, verb, and object. Right, leave it. Sometimes, now imagine, teachers teach you all good lessons. For example, this word is not there. Teachers teach. Generally, when you say like that, the listener or audience, they can imagine. Teachers teach lessons. Teachers teach education. Teachers teach some good things. Teachers teach something. So, even if you don't mention, even if you don't write, they can complete by imagination and the sentence is okay. The sentence is okay. Right. Sometimes, imagine, teachers, the word teachers is not there and this is there. Teach you all good lessons. In the place of teachers, we can put any other word. He teaches, all. He teaches you all a good lessons. They teach you all a good lessons. Or somebody else teaches you all good lessons. This is okay. And even if we don't mention this word, that can be imagined and understood. And the meaning is, beautifully conveyed. That is okay. Whereas, this word is there and this all expression is there. Now, teach is not there. Teach is not there. Now, teachers, you all good lessons. What is that? So, it sounds something bad. So, that expression doesn't convey the whole expression completely. So, it is missing something. There is no connection and no good relation between or among the words in a sentence. So that what is the most important word in a sentence? The most important word in a sentence is a verb. If there is no verb, we can't create a sentence and we don't call it as a sentence. For example, see one. So teachers, you all good lessons. Do you call it as a sentence? No, we don't call it as a sentence. And these are all individual or independent words. They are some dry words, that's all. But to create a sentence, it requires some other, linking word or some other good word to connect every word in a sentence. So that the most important word in a sentence is a verb. Say a verb. Remember. And no sentence is complete. No sentence is complete without having a verb. Having a verb. So remember, my dear children, the most important word in a sentence is a verb. Alright. Now let's come to the types of verbs. Okay. Types of verbs. So dear children, we have actually many types of verbs. We have like main verbs, and other name for main verbs is action verbs, helping verbs, linking verbs, transitive verb, intransitive verb, regular verbs, irregular verbs, transitive finite verbs and non-finite verbs. So we have variety of verbs are there. But in this section, let us discuss only a few, and mainly verbs are, according to grammarians, mainly verbs are 5 in number. The first one is main verbs. Main verbs, and this is the other name for main verb is action verbs. Action verbs. Okay. Second one is helping verbs. Helping verbs. So helping is called auxiliary. Auxiliary verbs. And third one is linking verbs. So linking verbs. Okay. And fourth one is transitive verb. Transitive verb. And fifth one is intransitive. Transitive, intransitive verbs. Okay, and other two types are there. Finite, non-finite, regular, irregular. Let us discuss in the further classes. And now, let's put our effort to learn about all these topics very clearly. So dear children, the first one is about the main verbs. So what are the main verbs? What are the action verbs? Let us discuss now. Let's go for some examples. You can understand very clearly. Okay. First one is, this is about we are talking. The monkey jumps. The monkey jumps. The baby cries. Okay. Students play. Okay. Students play in the ground. So, enough I think. Okay. We speak good English. So enough. These examples are enough. Okay, now let's identify or recognize the verbs in the following sentences. So the monkey jumps. What is the verb here? Jumps. The baby cries. What is the verb here? Cries. Students play in the ground. Play. And we speak good English. Speak. How can we say that these are verbs? Because earlier we have learned verbs are nothing but that describe or that refer an action. An action. Work done by the subject. Now here, the monkey, what the monkey is doing here? What does the monkey do? Jumps. So this is, an action. This is a work done by the monkey. So it refers an action. It refers an action or a work done by the monkey. Likewise, in the second sentence, what does the baby do? What does the baby do? What is he doing? Yes, he is doing and he is crying. He is crying and he cries. Students play in the ground. What do the children do? What do the students do? So they play. So here also it refers an action. So it refers an action. We speak good English. So what do you do? What do you do? So what we are doing here, we speak very good English. So speak is some physical action. Okay. So these are all some physical and mental actions. Actions and they got involved in doing their physics and their mind thinking. Doing some actions, work done by the subjects is called main verbs or action verbs. So now let's come to the point. What are main verbs? What are action verbs? Action verbs are nothing but the verbs that refer only action, work done by the subject is called the main verbs or action verbs. Understood? Right. So take a look of these examples. Start writing. Okay. And the next one is we are going to learn about helping verbs. Helping verbs. For example, helping verbs. My dad is driving a car. Okay. This lesson is completed. This lesson is completed. Are you a student? Are you a student of Dr. Bessel School? Okay. I don't support you. I don't support you in this matter. I don't support you in this matter. Okay. Let's come to the discussion of these examples. So what are the helping verbs here? My dad is driving a car. What he is doing? Driving. Driving is actually some physical involvement in doing some process, some action. So this is an action verb. Main verb. This is what I call main verb. Then what is here? Is actually a supporting verb. It's a helping verb. It supports the main verb to form a continuous tense. To form a continuous tense. Likewise, this lesson is completed. Completed is actually a main verb, an action verb, whereas is. So is actually a supporting verb. It supports, it helps the main verb to form a passive construction. Passive construction. Passive voice. And are you a student of Dr. Bessel School? And here, are is actually the helping verb. The helping verb the supporting verb, and it helps okay, to form a question, an interrogative sentence, asking a question. Whereas in this sentence, do, don't, and here do form is a supporting verb, a helping verb. It is used to support the main verb. What is the main verb here? Support is the main verb, okay, to support. The do form support the verb support to form negative sentence. Okay, this is the way. Okay, helping verbs are used to support the main verbs, to form continuous tenses, to form negative sentences, to form to create a passive construction, and also those are used to support the main verbs to ask questions. And also helping verbs are used to support the main verbs to ask a question tag. For example, I believe you. Don't you? So here, in order to form a question tag, we have to use helping verb, supporting verb. Okay, so all these underlined forms in these sentences are supporting verbs. They are called helping verbs. And the other name for helping verb is called auxiliary verbs. Auxiliary means helping. Understood? Please take it down and write neatly, clearly, and beautifully. Every time repeatedly, I am telling the same instruction, because once you have learned the topic, okay, it should be very, very clear enough and fresh enough in your memory. Okay, you should not easily forget once you learn the topic. Right? And the next one is linking verbs. The next one is a linking verb. So can I rub the board? Yes, my dear children. So what are the helping verbs in English grammar? They are like is, am, are, was, were, have, has, had, do, does, did. So these all forms are, in one word it is called as be forms. Be forms, helping verbs, auxiliary verbs. So these all come under primary auxiliaries. So we have actually model auxiliaries also that we discussed later. Now coming to the linking verbs. These verbs, what are linking verbs? So let's go for some examples you can understand easily. So dear children, linking verbs. She appears ready. She appears ready for the game. Okay. You look happy. Likewise, the food. Okay, seemed delicious. Okay. Likewise, I feel scared. Okay. So these are, let's come to the verb forms here. She appears ready for the game. So this is appears. You look happy. Look. The food seemed. And I feel scared. So these verbs, okay, of course, actually there is no action. There is no action and there is no work done by the person here. But these verbs help us, these verbs, express what you call a link. A link or a relation, with another word in a sentence to connect the subject of the sentence. To connect the subject of the sentence. For example, the verb appears can be replaced by is. See, now sentence meaning is okay. She appears ready for the game. She appears ready for the game. Okay, can be replaced by she is ready for the game. So if you replace the helping verb, the sentence meaning is okay. But whereas these verbs like appear, look, seemed, feel, these are like connecting verbs. It's the linking verbs, and after these verbs usually a noun or an adjective follow. So a noun or an adjective. So these verbs are what you call is a linking verb. So most probably linking verbs express the position or the static condition of the subject. Okay, right. See now the food seemed delicious. So how did it seem? How did it smell? The flowers smell sweet. The flowers smell sweet. So how did they seem? How did they look? How did they, So when you ask a question with how, she appears ready for the game. So how does she appear? Okay. So how does she appear? She appears ready for the game. So most probably these linking verbs express the static condition and the physical position of the subject. These are called linking verbs. Linking verbs are nothing but that links, that connects, that shows some relation with another word and linking to the subject of the sentence. Okay, the verbs like what are the linking verbs? Let me give you the list of linking verbs. They are like act, feel, remain, appear, become, seem, smell, sound, grow, look, prove, stay, taste, and turn. So these are the list of linking verbs in English grammar. So using all these verbs, we can create some fine and wonderful sentences. But if you come to the function of it, they always, they always express and they always follow the noun or an adjective that links to the subject of the sentence. So these are called linking verbs. Understand, my dear children? Right. So you please take it down. Write faster. So dear children, whenever you learn any new topic, learn it very thoroughly and briefly and keep in mind. Okay? And give your full attention, your full focus and learn it very, you study it actually. You have to study it in depth in all the corners of the topic and make a wonderful notes and keep it with you. Definitely it will be, it will be like a good reference for you for your further studies. Understand? Right? My dear children, and now the time is exceeding in this class. In the next class, and we are going to discuss transitive and intransitive in detail. So dear children, and hope every one of you understand very clearly about today's topic, what I explained, and take care of your preparation and go through all the videos, make your own notes and make yourself stronger and better. Okay? Right. Goodbye everybody. Thank you.